Hi, and welcome to another edition of NASCAR Idiots.
Hi.
Big weekend of racing.
When?
Well, it depends on who you were.
Yeah, but this past weekend, big controversy.
Good
Junior
deal.
Nation.
Damn, I love it.
Junior Nation is mad. The only member of the Kyle Busch fan club is Clint Boyer, who was the beneficiary of all of that.
What did I say last week? Huh? What did I say?
I don't know. What did you say?
Clint Boyer.
Did you? You picked another one? Two winners in a row?
You picked Truex.
I did?
Yeah?
Oh, crap.
You were debating between Truex and Boyer, and then you picked Truex.
Oh, crap.
Well.
Sucker!
Bottom of the heap one more time. Life sucks.
Well, Truex didn't have as bad a day as some, but so.
Did he even finish?
The top 5, I think.
Well,
I don't know where he was at, but he was up there.
I bet we got the results here.
Yeah.
What should we do?
That looks like nationwide.
Nationwide is on your side. Here it is. Martin Truex Jr., 5th.
Told
Not
ya.
a bad run. Not a bad. You had narrowed down to 2 guys in the top 5, so good pick. Good pick.
Not too bad.
So,
how
big-
was the race anyway?
Big controversy, of course, with Kyle Busch. I had my Kyle Busch T-shirt, because I was a Kyle Busch fan. I think he gets a bad rap sometimes. I'm just over here admiring my Kyle Busch sign because I think everybody's picking on him. I think he was kind of unjustly done. So I'm showing my support of Kyle Busch. Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah, I've said it over and over and over and over and over. I say it all the time. The kid's in over his head a lot of times, and if he wouldn't do that,
He'd be fine.
he would have passed Junior anyway. He'd eventually passed him. He had a good car. It was a fast car, and he was up alongside of him. He would have probably passed Junior anyway, but what happens? He drives it over his head, crashes into Junior, takes out Junior. They probably had to have a little additional security to get Kyle Busch out of there.
And Kyle Busch doesn't win it anyway.
Yeah, and he ends up finishing second. So
I did see the end of it, and by God, it was good to see that Dale had his timeout way back in the dark confines of the racetrack in his little timeout pen. That was so nice.
oh, who, Junior?
Yes.
Well, and Tony Erie Jr., too, his crew chief, had a lot of things to say on the radio about let's use our heads. Somebody could have waltzed right down there and ripped Kyle Busch's head off, and it would have been a big problem. What happened the night before with Kyle Busch? In the nationwide race, what happened? He gets tangled up with Stephen Wallace, and the two of them are yelling back and forth. Stephen Wallace reaches out of his car and grabs Kyle Busch by the helmet.
After he rear-ended him on pit road when the race was over, too.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So they're having a little tussle there, and it's a little argument. And you know what I really thought was going to happen? I thought somebody was going to scratch somebody. What are you going to do? Scratch him?
Scratch him. I scratched his
I think they're a bunch
helmet.
of Sallies, though. They always go up to each other with their friggin' helmets on. Take your helmets off.
And Stephen Wallace, well, he wants to act like a little girl, and he's bobbing his head around and stuff. And I just think that kid, I've said it before about him, too, that if your dad's name wasn't Rusty Wallace, you wouldn't have a ride. You'd be out here at the local Saturday night tracks, and that'd be in a bomber. Well, I just think the kids, and he calls Kyle Busch a girl. Well, I thought it was both of them kind of a girly fight there, So, yeah, they're like a Three Stooges.
Time out for you!
So, oh well. But we got some race results here.
Race results.
Denny Hamlin had him covered so bad in the Busch race, was going to win that thing no matter what.
race?
Hometown track.
Nationwide race.
Shit! I'll be
Crap.
right back. Carry on without me. I'll be right back.
Where are you going?
Out.
You got to, take a leak or something?
I already did that.
All right.
Oh, about them race tires, I'm sorry, but it'll dry. Anyway, I'll be right back.
What are you taking, a whiz on something out there?
Yeah.
Don't whiz on the new tires.
Why not?
I don't know if that salt's good for them.
Salt. You think it's salt?
And Denny Hamlin had him covered so bad in the nationwide race, and unbelievable, he loses a right front tire, pops a tire, and can't win races like that without the right front tire. That just royally sucks for the guy. He had him covered so bad. That's kind of his home track, too,
That was
his
a sprint
hometown.
cup, not nationwide.
Well, nationwide, he won the race. He did win the nationwide race. And then he comes back in the cup race and totally dominates the thing and then has a tire.
Yeah.
And then they dock him 2 laps because he parks it on the track and purposely brings out a caution. Handful of laps left. It wouldn't have done him a lot of good going in the pits, bringing out a caution. Whatever you did, you're hosed. You aren't going to win it. There ain't enough laps
He should have
left.
went in right away.
Yeah, I think so too. As it turns out, it would have been a better idea.
Well, he
because-
was going nowhere but backwards throughout the whole thing anyway.
Yeah, after he lost the tire, he was going backwards. And
Oh yeah, in a quick hurry.
how's that leg working out?
I think we need a little more work. Back to the frame shop. Anyway.
And Kyle Busch ends up finishing second after Clint Boyer comes through all the smoke and gets the thing. Mark Martin, right at the end, pretty close. Mark Martin was going to get Kyle Busch. A few more laps, he'd have done her. Tony Stewart, Martin Truex, Ryan Newman, Carl Edwards, Kevin Harvick, Jeff Gordon, Casey Kane, top 10. Just on the outside looking in. Look at this guy here in 12th place. Reed Sorensen.
Whoa.
Yeah, at a tough track like Richmond, you know. Bobby Labonte, 13th. Dale
That was a
Earnhardt.
good run for Labonte.
Yeah, Dale Earnhardt Jr. 15th after his little mishap. Still on the lead lap, but I guess got to hand it to those guys for not going nuts. Anybody else would have went nuts and went down there. Dale Earnhardt Jr. did say if he wanted to talk to Kyle Busch, he'd have to get in line. So apparently he thinks there's a few of them that would like to talk to him. On down the line, a lot of people still running. Big crash. Took out the likes of Matt Kenseth and Michael McDowell, David Gilligan, Kurt Busch, Patrick Carpentier. No, not Patrick.
Oh man.
Regan Smith, highest finishing rookie, 21st.
Woo!
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh. And then I get a kick out of this here. 37th place finish for the number 55 Michael Waltrip Napa Toyota. And it says here under the results, status, parked.
Park.
He had
I thought it was a manual transmission.
He went nuts, had a meltdown. Casey Mears got into him, pushed him up against the wall. Michael Waltrip stood on the gas, pushed him down the straightaway, trying to spin him out. They ended up getting hooked together. It didn't work. What a yahoo, Michael Waltrip. Hey, I got it, and it stayed. All right.
Onion goo.
On down the line here, we're going to do points in just a second. The Busch race, Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, David Reagan, Stephen Wallace, David Stremme, Carl Edwards, Mike Bliss, Clint Boyer, Scott Wimmer, top 10. Who led the most laps? Carl Edwards, 126 of them. On down the line, I was looking at this.
Not the one that counted. Damn it.
See, now, when they're out for particular reasons, I get a kick out of this. Jeff Green is out of the Key Motorsports car, out of the race for electrical.
Electrical.
Yeah, what do you have? A taillight burned out.
So you need
Yeah,
to put a
there you
battery
go.
in it.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Bernie Lamar is out because of his ignition. You got 2 boxes, and didn't you bring any spare parts if both of them failed? Yahoos. You know, when your ignition fails on lap 55, you got enough time to fix it.
55 of what? 250 something?
253 laps they ended
Yeah.
up.
253.
Yeah, and at lap 55, the ignition goes kaput. Fix it. How about this one here? Johnny Chapman, brakes. He makes 8 laps and says the brakes ain't working.
What do you
First
need?
of all, what about some prep work?
Prep? What a concept.
Huh? Before you get to the track, maybe you
It's
want
a
to look at some of
race
this
car.
stuff?
What the hell you need brakes for?
And on your way to the track, if we had problems with the brakes on my car, and we're running the local Saturday night program, you know, I mean, we're not out there spending the big bucks like
No.
these guys, and I got enough crap in the trailer, I could fix my brakes. You mean to tell me you invested all this money in big time deal, big time operation,
Big,
and you
big.
can't fix the brakes when they go to hell?
And that was with how many laps?
8 laps into it,
8 laps.
in a 250 lap race, and you couldn't fix the brakes.
Well,
I hope a guy like that, I hope like hell
I
you
hope
lose.
he's working commission.
Well, I hope like hell that people like this, you lose every race by 6 inches, and you lose every championship by 2 points. Serve you right, because you didn't go and work on your stuff. And the last but not least, Kenny Hendrick, 43rd. He had a vibration. A vibration. And
Oh,
you,
guys, what's that?
he's like, don't worry, Kenny, it's the motor. The motor's running. It
You
always
sure?
vibrates when it's
You
running.
sure?
Yeah, you'll notice a little vibration when
A
you're
lot of
running.
noise.
Well, no, I kind of like vibration. Where's my bride?
2 in a row. All right.